every SDR, every account executive receives on the phone during a cold call session is, send me an email.
Okay,
Right?
I love that one.
Please
I love that one.
tell me how you handle that one.
Absolutely. There is a simple strategy that I called. Actually, that's why I called.
Yeah.
Exactly those words. And the magic about it is that you are disarming the objection. And all about objection handling, it's about disarming the objection, peeling the onion, and understand if the objection is a real one or it's a fake one because they don't want to talk to you. So if they say, or if they listen, you know what, send me more information.
Yeah.
The first thing that I would say is, actually, that's what I call. I notice and I know that maybe if I send you more information or if I send you an email, that will raise more questions than answers. So instead of sending you a lot of information with PDFs and links included in the email that no one reads, and we know that, what is exactly that you would like to see in that email so I can tailor to your interest? And that's how you disarm the objection and you start a conversation.
Yeah.
That has two outcomes. Either they handle or share another objection and you need to handle again, but maybe you are disqualifying them. Or maybe they are starting a conversation that you can start using on your favor then to pitch and book a meeting.
Perfect. Could you repeat this for 1 second again? Just like for your audience, 10 seconds. When I said, okay, Alan, send me over an email with all the information, please.
Kevin, that's why I call. I know that if I send you an email, that will raise most likely more questions than answers. So if you help me here, I would like to understand what is exactly that you would like to see in that email. So I tailored 100% to you.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Sounds good?
Yeah. Love that one.
So that's the idea behind the objection handling. And I think that there's a really nice topic here that we can ping pong and develop more ideas. What are the three most common objection handling topics that you face in your AE enterprise role? And how do you handle them?
So number one, we have a provider in place. We covered that already.
Yeah.
Number two, it's too expensive.
Okay, this is a really common one.
Yeah.
Everyone listening is like, yes, we don't have a budget. It's too expensive. Can you give me a discount?
Yeah.
How do you usually disarm this one?
I directly tackle it with a counter question.
For example?
Okay, you say it's what do you mean with too expensive, right? Have you already like evaluated different providers, or is it compared to your current solution? And then just getting like their understanding a little bit. Yeah, we have like a provider who's much cheaper. And then I'm a direct person, so I ask like, okay, can I ask him if who you are currently?
How much cheaper? How much money are you putting?
Yeah, could I get an understanding with who you currently working or collaborating to get an understanding? Who is the competitor for us?
And based on that understanding.
On that, okay, where are their weaknesses? What they do not cover with the current solution, and then again, put the rope and try to bring it in your direction. So really trying to tackle it directly with a counter question, because it's like defense. No, I don't want to talk. It sounds too expensive. You have no budget for that. I said, okay, interesting, but and then if there's a pain point which the current solution cannot cover, which would justify the extra money they would pay with you, then
you tackle that.
Yeah, there's always budget for something where if the pain is big enough compared to the price of your solution, and in most cases it's the case, then automatically you have a option to attack and place your solution compared to the current provider.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I know that you have a lot of information to share.
So the price, then competitor, maybe
send me more information. It's one that we are
send me more information. I have no time for that.
Yeah, not an interest, not a priority right now.
Yeah, not a priority
that we're happening. Yeah. There is a strategy that I always use and that I always teach as well. That it's the power of no.
Oh, tell me more about it.
So basically what we are seeing, and this is part of the psychology, is that, and help me here, we are used to ask questions that goes for the positive or looks for the positive answer. Yeah. This is pure psychology and we all need to understand this.
Yeah.
When we are calling someone, and I'm calling you, you don't expect my call. What do you think that I'm going to say if I ask you, did I catch you in a good time? No.
Of course not.
Okay, so instead of but you are looking for a yes, asking a question that will be a no as an answer.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is to understand how we can rephrase or reframe that question. So this applies for everything. So again, the power of no is asking questions that the answer you expect, it's a no.
Yeah.
And psychologically speaking, we are always tending to say no more than yes because we protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Is it a good moment? No. Is this something that you want to buy? Not right now. Is this something that you're interested in? No. Is this something that you would like to see? No. Send me an email.
Yeah.
So, okay, instead of asking a question that will block you, how can we rephrase the conversation?
Okay, give me an example.
For example, and this is key and it works every single time. So imagine that you had a conversation with let's put a scenario. You had a conversation with a prospect. You are an SDR, BDR, AE, full cycle. They were somehow interested. They like what you showed. And they told you, you know what, let me talk about it internally and I will get back to you.
Yeah.
Common objection or common scenario. And then what happens, you still chase them 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks and radio silent. One strategy that I noticed that it gives me 80% reply rate and success rate on every single message that I send is instead of how do you usually, not you, but the sellers usually would follow up on an email to make the scenario. If you are not replying me, how a seller should usually or is usually sending an email, like just checking in, is this still interesting to you, etc., etc. So what I'm thinking here is instead of asking those questions and you are not answering back to me, I send an email with these exact words for everyone to use it. In the subject line, you should put, Kevin, have you given up on the project? That's it. And then on the body, saying something like, hey, Kevin, I noticed that you are not getting back to me. Maybe you gave up on the project or you abandoned the project, and that's completely fair if you quit it.
Yeah.
I would love to understand if that's the scenario. Either way, I will stop working on my side. Why this works really good.
Like a typical breakup email. Yeah.
It's a breakup email, but it's not a breakup email specifically in the common sense of a breakup. It's like, hey, I didn't hear from you. I'm not working anymore for you.
It's a breakup email with a psychological effect.
Exactly, with the power of no. And this is a strategy that is not invented by me. It's something that I learned in a book called Never Split the Difference by Christopher Boss, that is a former FBI senior negotiator and so on. And it's basically, as a human, you don't like to be treated as a quitter. We are not quitting. We are not saying, yes, you know what? I abandoned the project. I hate it so much. It's like, no, I didn't abandon the project, but we have a budget restraint or we are seeing this happening internally. So in a nutshell, we are getting the reply we want by looking for the no and uncovering another pain that is blocking our deal.
Yeah, so it's a fantastic tactic if someone is ghosting you.
Exactly, for ghosting methodologies.
Yeah.
So to reframe, that's the case.
Amazing, amazing. One question which came up, for example, as well, specifically for cold calling. Of course, we are not cold calling expert. Like, for example, Julio.
Our friend Julio.
He's the king. Who doesn't know him, follow him. He's like the king of cold calling.
Absolutely.
But one question which comes quite often up is it like is it more like a what would you prefer, like a permission based opener or like a standard opener? Is like, hey, I'm calling you from company A.
Great question.
What do you think makes more sense nowadays?
Nowadays, everything that interrupts the pattern, anything that interrupts pattern, it will work better than common openers. But there is one thing that is more important. So I like permission-based openers. I like permission with humor openers. We learned this from Julio as well. Like, hey, would you take or bet 30 seconds away explain why you called? Or would you throw your phone out of the window and no, give me your best shot, right? But besides that, or the specific phrase, and this is a study and statistics, 80% plus 80% of how you feel, experience, and notice the call, it's how I said and the tone and the pace that I use. So it's the most important. It's not at any cost the words that I use, but how I said it and the tone, the tone and pace.
Definitely.
So,
if I can add one point there,
please go ahead.
Confidence level.
Exactly, right? That's tone and pace. It's the confidence that you have in your voice.
Yeah. So because they feel
the fear.
If you're scared, and let's be honest,
we are scared. We're fucking scared, man.
Cold calling is tough.
Calling someone and say, hey, you need to buy from me.
Yeah.
Who likes that?
Yeah.
They are lying if they say they like it.
Exactly. So, and there are some tips and tricks. Like, for example, when I was the SDR, for me it was like number one priority. I don't sit when I do cold calls, because
that's a good tip. So what would be your tip of when you're going to make your cold power hour?
So if I go back in my SDR role and just call, like, for example, I do a blocker where I mentally focus on calling, and then I put my table up and then really focusing on calling, right? Don't do any don't answer any
So
emails.
Not multitasking at all.
No, because it's such a difficult task where you need to be 100% focused. If you have one call and then you do a email, answer an email, do another task, you're getting out of the flow. So it's really important. Block your cold calling time and then do your cold calls.
And just call.
Have the numbers prepared, have the leads prepared, and then call from one after each other.
Yeah.
And stand up, because if you sit, your body automatically
feels diminished.
Yeah, it's and if you stand, your lung has much more volume.
That's psychology, man.
Yeah, you spread much more energy out. You can have more confidence in your conversations. And you are able to handle better the objections.
Absolutely.
So there's small tips and tricks, but it makes such a difference.
That's awesome.
Even like things like smile when you call.
Yeah.
Right?
I heard that a lot, and it's real. They can feel it. So to recap, let me ask you this straight question to you. What would be those 3 tips when you are running into a cold calling block that you would say these are key for better performance?
Block your time, stand up, and smile when you call.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. If I have to add one thing into that, would be when you are blocking your calendar for 1 hour, power hour, let's say, don't call. Imagine that you have a business that sells to HR managers and sales managers and marketing managers, for example, or directors, right? And you have 3 different type of people or titles. Don't jump from one persona to the other in your calling hour.
Yeah.
Block a list of the same title if possible.
Yeah.
Because when you get into the motion, they all have the same responsibilities, the same KPIs being measured by the same things. If you jump from one role to the other, you need to switch your brain, and that will make your performance not go so well. But yeah.
Cannot agree more. I think great points. I think they're really actionable points which every salesperson out there who listens can apply, right?
Absolutely.
Because it makes the difference.
Absolutely.
And we would love to hear your feedback in the comment section. If you say, hey, Kevin, that's bullshit. I'm calling when I'm lying in my bed. It's fine for me. I said, okay, good. As long as it works, it works. But this was something which worked pretty well for us, and we will love to share.
And by the way, but do you have a question? Now, by the way, I think that we talk about this, and maybe it's the right time to say it. Maybe we are crazy, but if we are, what's the problem? We are here, Confessions of a Seller, sharing some confessions. We were thinking with Kevin, and we are giving a giveaway that is basically 1 hour with us, with both of us, to talk about whatever: sales, cold calling, cold email, enterprise, SMBs, how to navigate complex deals, you name it. So just leave in the comments whatever the question that you might have, and we are going to basically, if you like, subscribe and leave a comment, we are going to make like a random contest, and we'll pick one person from the audience, and we can schedule a 1 hour call and chit chat with us if that's good.
Perfect.
So,
we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, that would be amazing.